not touch about him working and helping in the house. And by the way, anybody here living with anybody, please be a good testimony to people you're living with and are doing you good. Even if they're not charging you anything, even if they're not charging you anything, give donations. Even if they're not asking you to help at home, number one, at least clean your own stuff. The worst thing that could ever happen at home is me and my wife cleaning everything, and our kids may not be helping. They're helping, by the way. Okay, what I'm saying is, the worst thing that could ever happen is when everybody's cleaning and you're not even helping, and what you do is destroy what they clean. Okay? At least maintain the cleanliness, or best, as a good testimony as a Christian, not only should you clean your room, but even if they're, especially if you're living there for free, okay, but offer to help in the house. Are you following me here? Are you still loving the Lord here? I don't care if you love me or not. Do you love the Lord here? Okay, so but those are things that people need to be taught. As I said, Christians, we've got stinky attitude a lot of times. We're so Christians here in the church. But when we go out in front of department store cashiers or waiters, we suddenly become pagans. And the way we act. Okay? There's a fly in the coffee. See? Nicely. Alright? Are you listening to me? Don't fight with your waiters. The moment you do, by the way, you're acting like high-class actors and actresses and dignified people, and I don't deserve this. Get rid of that coffee. Give me something else, alright? You waiter, you are on the losing side every time you act towards a waiter or a waitress. I know that for a fact. I worked in a restaurant before. We have control over your food. And by the way, we could do anything to your food. So gross. So gross. And we'll arrange it so beautifully that you love eating it and drinking it. I'm teaching you some principles of life. Okay? But what I'm saying, guys, is when you know somebody that's doing what they have to do, please, a lot of us Christians are so careful. We don't want to offend each other. Listen carefully. I'd rather offend you all the way to heaven than tickle you all the way to what? Okay, we've got to be careful about it. At least tickle you all the way to you being not a good testimony, or to you being good testimony you don't send other people now. Are you following me? Alright, so those are very important. Then, we've not actually taught until we've done our best for the students to learn. Are you following? That's a good principle. We've not really taught until we've done and say, right now I want you to think about people who need to learn something. You just don't have initiative. Okay, but you got to tell them all those things. Next, our teaching will pay off. Those of you who are teaching and you're being impatient about it, it will pay off. Don't be surprised when one of these days the students that we were teaching will start discipling other people. Do you think when I see Belle I get blessed? Do you think Belle is a blessing to my life? Do you think Belle is a blessing to our lives? How many years of teaching did it take? Well, praise God. Are people learning from her now? The greatest reward that we as pastors and teachers could ever have is one of the greatest rewards is when we see that our students are actually starting to live out what they've learned and now multiplying themselves. Let me give you an example of how this person that you're listening to this morning has been shaped by people who I don't even call anymore. They don't even know I'm here standing before people who are learning from me. But listen carefully. Those of you who know me, you know how these things impacted my life. The first thing, things that I learned. First day of schooling, the very first day of schooling, they taught me how to write within the lines. How many of you still remember that? Write within the lines. So how many of you have seen my handwriting? With lines or no lines, you think there's a line. How many of you could attest to that? Because I was taught to write within the lines. And I carried it through. I don't remember anymore my first day of school. And that teacher, by the way, I attended one day at school. First day of school I attended, and then I left. I didn't take kindergarten and all those things. I went straight to grade 1 because I already knew how to write in the lines. Okay, but I still remember that. Okay, the next thing I learned, okay, in my elementary grade, the first thing that I was taught was, I have 2 hands, the left, how many of you still know that? The left and the right, hold them up high, so clean and say, how many of you still are valuing cleanliness? Clean little hands. And by the way, you talk to my wife, I thought I was already clean until I got married to my wife. I gotta wash my hands constantly, every time. Before I go to bed, I gotta wash not just my hand, I gotta wash my arms. Honestly speaking, right? I used to use my towel in our family because we used to wash our towels before 1 week. Got married to my wife, 2 days, 3 days, changed that towel, all right? That's what it is, okay? I used to use my polo shirt thrice, okay? Way back home because we want to conserve water and soap and all those things. My wife used it once, okay. He doesn't mind. You just having all those laundry, okay? But I have 2 hands. You still remember that? The next thing, initiative. I was in elementary. I was taught, one of my teachers, I still remember who she was. He said, initiative is very important for you to succeed in life and for you to be a better person. Now, how many of you know me? And you know that when I leave my room, going to the living room or to the kitchen, I would not be able to stand seeing a dirt somewhere on the hallway or a picture frame that's askew. I would have to fix them, pick up the paper as I go to the living room without being told. Initiative. Okay, that's something that I was told when I was in elementary. And right now, it's the very same thing. Sometimes it has become too much for me. My wife teases me and tells me I'm OC. Okay? Those of you who know, it's a serious matter. OC, obsessive, compulsive. That's what he tells me because of this initiative thing. But I learned it. By the way, when I was in the Bible school, people, they said, until now they remember because going to the fellowships, I've seen Bible school students eat candy mint and then throw those wrappers on the street. And I would pick them up, put it in my pocket, and everybody, a lot of them learned from it. Until now, they talk to me about it. They say, I still remember to keep my wrappers in my pocket until I see a trash bin. Okay? So that initiative, and I teach that to Belle, to Cookie, to Aubrey, to Julia. What is that? I sit them down every time on our meetings. What did I teach you before that I want you to still keep in your minds? Initiative. Without being told. You got to do it. And by the way, a lot of our kids, not our kids, a lot of kids don't have that. So we got to teach our kids that, and I learned it when I was growing up. Initiative. And then the next thing I'd like to share to you that I learned is, you got to concentrate on your strength. Why is that? I was doing so good in academics, but I wanted to play sports. And then so my teacher didn't want me to join the volleyball game, and I wanted to join the marathon, and I wanted to join all of those things. I wanted to be the fittest, one of the fittest, and she knew I was always second. With all the physical things, I wasn't the best volleyball player, wasn't the best basketball player, but I was doing good. But my teacher wanted me to concentrate on academics. And I was wondering why don't you want me to join this thing? It's because you wanted me to concentrate on my strength. And I didn't realize it until very, very late in my life when I grew up basically as a jack of all trades, master of none. Because I wanted to be everything. I saw Bruce Lee, I wanted to be the best karate artist there. I saw Ali, I wanted to be a boxer also. I saw Michael Baryshnikov, I wanted to be a ballet dancer. I saw Michael Jackson, I wanted to be a pop singer and dancer. I saw Beatles, I wanted to be in the band. Oh my goodness. So, do I know how to dance? I do. Not like Michael Jackson. Am I part of the band? I wasn't part of the band. Okay? But not the best in any of them. Are you following? Okay, that's why my teacher said, you gotta concentrate on your strength. And then, another thing that I learned, the word, dependability, graduation. I was supposed to sing the national anthem as a grade 6 student. National anthem, singing a national anthem. You know what? I didn't get up. I felt tired. I haven't eaten my breakfast. Graduation day. Somebody has to pick me up from my house. He said, the teacher's calling you. You're supposed to sing for the opening, the national anthem. I said, really? I don't feel like going. So the person who got me, took me from my house, supposed to be, stayed with me, and we just chatted all the way. I saw her after that. He said, Adrian, never ever do that again. Anytime to anybody. You will not succeed in life, he said, if you do not have word of honor. I will forgive you. But he said, if you don't change that, you will not succeed in life. I remember it vividly. After graduation day of grade 6, word of honor. That's why right now my kids know. For example, Cookie, if you ever do this, I'm going to do this. If you ever do this, I'm going to send you home to the Philippines. Even if I don't want to send her home to the Philippines, because I loved her presence here, my wife already knows if she does it because of the word of honor, she will have to go home. Are you following? Are you following? Are you following? So men who are interested with her, keep away from her right now, or else I'll be forced to send her to the Philippines. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. Next. Okay. Avoidance of, I would say these words, but probably I would have to translate it to you. Avoidance of ningas kugon attitude. Ningas kugon, the flame, fire of a chaff. Is that what it is? So you know what it is? Ningas kugon is like a grass that burns so quickly, like big, burning grass. And it's not, it dies. What is this? Is people who are very good in the beginning, but then they die off just like that. Boom. Like a ping pong ball. Try to burn a ping pong ball. You know, big fire there, and then boom, it's gone. And there's a lot of us like that and said, avoid that. And the reason why I was taught this, because in grade 6, I used to be very late in school, by the way. I come home very late. Section 1, section 1, section 1. But section 1 is in the morning. So finally, on grade 6, the last year of my elementary grade, I was put to section 7.